Ooh, cinematic, post-apocalyptic references. This is an interesting vibe. The level of world building within this album is really, really cool. Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucen. I am a singer-songwriter and bedroom music producer. And today I'm going to be reacting to ASHNIKKO's brand new album. It's out today. This is WEEDKILLER. So let's go. Okay, cool. Right, so ASHNIKKO, one of those very cool kind of alt pop artists that's doing some really creative stuff. I have heard Demi Devil. I think I reacted to that a couple of years ago now, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I'll link the video for you if you haven't checked that one out. But yeah, so I think this is the full official album, first full official album from ASHNIKKO. Yeah, so I'm expecting a bit of mad stuff. I haven't heard anything from this album yet, so everything's going to be completely brand new to my ears. I'm excited to get into it. I really enjoyed Demi Devil. It's a wild ride. And I learned a lot of things. If anyone remembers. Before we get started, if you're new here, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like this video as well. And what everyone tends to do is actually leave their top 5 songs of the album in the comments. So make sure to do that. I will be telling you what my favourite song of the album is at the end of the video. So make sure to stick around till then. If you're regular to the channel and you want to support me even further, then you can go over to Patreon, where you can actually watch this video without any cuts in any of the songs or anything. So you can actually enjoy the album at the same time as I do. Yes, links in the description for that. Let's do it. 33 minutes. Perfect. I must say I'm appreciating shorter albums as more to the point, more concise. And it's great for when I'm editing the video as well. Okay, so this is the first song. This is World Eater. Okay. Oh, nice. Sounds like it's sampling, is that Indian music? Like, sounds like a sitar or something. These machines will kiss my bullets. Cool. My first kind of reference is from almost like end of the world vibes, you know? It's in an interesting mode as well. It's kind of giving me that Arabic scales, potentially. Maybe. Nice. This is a slightly different vibe. It's almost like slightly more sat back than Demi Devil. So it almost feels a little bit more like mature, a little bit more confident. It's giving me like post-apocalyptic, almost like the machines and the cyborgs are all stood up and she's like bang, 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 bang. They might hate my flesh, I love it. It really is like Return of the Machines, like, oh, end of the world movie, cinema. Does sound like a movie soundtrack, this section. Cool. Love the combination of like cinematic soundscape, soundtracking the end of the world vibe, like mixed with this like hip hop inspired kind of like take on the kind of song structure and like the melody and the rap and everything. Yeah, really, really cool, interesting kind of combo of things, and like something that really sets up, I feel like, something kind of dystopian for the album. The distortion in the song is almost like, for me, like a kind of representing like the kind of robots like short-circuiting and kind of like malfunctioning and like all this stuff. I wonder whether the album is going to be a bit of a modern anti-AI, anti-robots, I guess, response to the way in which technology seems to have taken over our lives in the past like 20-30 years, you know. World Eater, big guns, big money, big cleavers. World Eater, it's a big machine, we feed her. So it's like the machine of capitalism, I feel. Garden Reaper, they will kill for fun, for leisure. So the garden, the weeds, we're already getting references to that. These machines will kiss my bullets, hit the gas pedal, scrap metal, get to running, combat mode, you know, the cyborgs come in. This is cool. We don't need post-metallic rebellion. I wear the king of wasteland. Oh, this is actually giving me like Mad Max vibes. Like, that's the kind of cinema thing I'm getting, and the kind of metal, the scrap metal, you know, pulling machines apart and using their scraps for armor, a kind of wasteland where people creating their own cyborgs out of scrap metal. You know, it's like really kind of like grungy, really metallic. And it's also quite kind of interesting that she's kind of saying, you know, fuck the machines, fuck the AI, but then the music is actually very like sampled. It's obviously very like synthetic sounds, you know, so it's quite an interesting kind of comparison. So yeah, for me it's almost like she's kind of taking the kind of vibes of Mad Max and applying it maybe to the current world context, you know. Very cool. Okay, next song. This is You Make Me Sick. More metally. Ooh, the production is so cool. I love the kind of like almost like squelchiness of some of the like. It's very satisfying sounding. It's like ear candy, isn't it? This so far, I mean it's only 2 songs in, sounds more serious, doesn't it? Whereas Demi Devil was a little bit more tongue-in-cheek. Just to make it clear to everyone, this is not the kind of music I usually listen to. I'm more of like a ballady guy. I'm either like singer-songwriter or like pop bangers. So, you know, harsh rapping and post-metal, post-trap stuff. It's not usually I listen to, but it's definitely interesting to open up your horizons, right? That's like... I do love the way that she kind of goes between different modes, like really like almost in a really cartoonish way. It's really cool that you can make something sound like that, you know? Yeah, very cool. Sounds very serious. She sounds very angry, but still has a kind of cartoonish element to it. You know, that kind of, you made me sick, mama, you know, stuff like, you know, the way that it's almost like recorded in different takes and resampled and stuff. And the way it has like the dog woofing and like all that kind of stuff gives it this kind of like cartoon-like quality that gives it so much personality. But yeah, not really what I usually listen to. Obviously it's very, doesn't have much harmony to it. It's more like spoken. It's more like noise-based rather than like melodic, you know, which is fair enough. You make me sick. You make me turn my insides out onto the bricks. Cool. That's great. Cool lyrics. Like, I could never train a bitch like you. Click, 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 woof. Okay, yeah, I see. On your jugular and leave a pretty bruise. Attitude and the booze won't save you. So who the hell is she singing about? Like, you fucking loser, red meat, deadbeat, you fucking tumor. Can't believe I let your hands inside my bloomers. Somebody that she's got with and regretting it. Got a knife too, I call her Tilda. Bet your fucking ass that I'm a user, fucking user. Cokehead cretin, your life is a blooper. Suck a dick, then I bite, I'm a chewer. Oh, here we go. I'm mad, you fuck my life up, then you say, my bad. You don't know your way around a pussy, call you Chad, lol. She's really just dressing down this person to the nth degree. Hello, waitress, I want his head for dinner. Silver plate it, cut his tongue out first. Let's hear him go and try and say that shit. I'm abrasive, I'm a dragon, anamorph, and shapeshift. She's like so creative in the way that she's coming up with these like really visceral, visual kind of things that are gross and like aggressive and like really just like very powerful images, you know. Next song, this is Worms. Ooh, okay, different vibe, very different vibe. Okay, every song has started with the chorus. Interesting. So this is more Mad Max vibes, huh? Wow. I'm definitely seeing like comparisons with like some of the Melanie Martinez imagery, thinking like the Contortionist. So it's about self-sabotage, but in the context of like the world ending. Playing my life like a video game. Maybe it's more of like a reference to something like Final Fantasy or something. Keep my besties and big wheelies on my mind. My bones decay, now I'm gelatin. Swear I'm gonna bleach my eyebrows. I love the kind of like chill vibes of this song with like the lyrics of like, I've got worms in my brain and everything's breaking and my bones are turning to gelatin. She's like, if I just like take control of my own life, then all I'm going to do is actually just self-sabotage. So like handing over the reins to somebody else, you know? Yeah, cool. I love the comparison between like the real kind of end of the world lyrics and visual and like imagery, but like musically it's like trap mixed with like what's that song, why you gotta be so rude, like that kind of song. Like the guitar is really giving me that vibe, right? And so it's kind of like a strange kind of like mixture of relaxed and like really kind of not relaxed at all. I think there's something really interesting in that comparison, and the way the lyrics kind of have this like really dark imagery over the top. The world is burning, I've got worms in my brains, gonna bleach my eyebrows, gonna change my name. The world is burning and I laugh at the blaze, gonna bleach my eyebrows, gonna change my name. So it's almost like the way in which she's looking at like the crises of politics and the environment, etc. in the last few years, and how amongst all of that she's still just stuck in her head and worrying about herself. I think she's kind of maybe feeling very like, what the fuck is wrong with me, you know? Although we're all like that. That's kind of how we're wired as human beings. As the world is burning, I'm just thinking about bleaching my eyebrows and changing my name, about my personal identity. It's kind of like a real kind of big juxtaposition there, isn't it? Play my life like a video game. I don't mind. I'm driving through flames and I'm riding through the desert with a sword on my back. I'm in a what the fuck monster truck. Gotta go fast. It's very Mad Max to me. Like, it really feels as if like that's kind of the aesthetic choice, and she's based all the songs kind of almost like within that kind of universe. Orange juice and toothpaste, I roll around in blue paint, thinking of new ways I can self-sabotage. Oh well, it's too late, my host body mutates, my head spins, my neck breaks. I love self-sabotage. So it's like talking about self-sabotage with the context of like body horror, future space horror movie kind of vibes, you know? You know, it's very alien. Bones decay, now I'm gelatin. That's quite clever, you know, like gelatin being made out of like pig's bones. I swear I'm better, Miss Parasite Possessor. It's kind of disassociation in a way, isn't it? It's like I give my body over to somebody else. I give my body over to a parasite so that I don't have to feel, I don't have to live. It's almost like it's all too much for me, so I'm just going to disassociate and let somebody else take the reins, you know? Yeah, that's really what I'm getting. Yeah, dark. Okay, next song. This is Super Soaker. Daniela Lalita. Love that. Cool. Cool. Ooh, the production on this album is really cool. It's got such a specific point of view. Yeah, I'm obsessed with that. Such a simple drum track, but it works so well. Oh, hello. Cool. Quite cool to have a mixed language song as well. I'm really just enjoying the like rhythm and the pace of this. Flowers bud and grow from the space we intertwine. Wow. It's kind of like an almost like biological sound to the production. Actually, up until this point, it's felt very machine-based, isn't it? But this is starting to kind of sound a bit more like biological. Very cool. Loved the percussion and the production in that like really just kind of gave it such a that kind of like simmering tension building thing the whole time. It's just going and going and going and going and going, and like the way that the rapping and the performance over the top really accentuates that feeling. It's just something really satisfying about like that, you know. It's very, very, very well produced in that sense, because it's really about like the feel and the mood and the how satisfying it sounds, and it's all put together really, really well. I'm really, really impressed. Like, as much as like, you know, this kind of music isn't usually what I listen to, it is like genuinely impressive to hear a producer like have such a like specific point of view, to like be pulling references from cinema and to do it in a way that sounds unique and sounds really satisfying. Yes, cool. I think that's my favourite song so far. Runes in the dirt, blood on the earth, I could get hurt, bound with a curse, don't want this bubble to be burst. Bees and the birds, even the plants preserved, unquenchable thirst. Something witchy is going on, basically. She's drawing runes in the dirt and spilling blood over it. It's like the sacrifice, like creating spells and stuff, maybe to preserve the world. Maybe that's what's going on, like even the plants are preserved. Like it's a sense of maybe she's trying to cast a spell to save the world. Feels like a sweaty summer loving on my super soaker. It could be deadly, but I want it, need more. Touching my body like skin sticky, she's glued to me. Maybe like the act of sex is almost like a ritualistic thing that's going to save the world. That's kind of what it's giving me. The trees come alive, the vines reach out and wrap around my legs. I'm in a bind. Flower buds and grow from the space we intertwine. Yeah, writing poetry about our eyes. She's divine. Fuck me blind, I'm alive. I'm assuming she's talking about Arlo Parks. Like, honestly, when I found out that ASHNIKKO and Arlo Parks were dating, I was quite surprised because they are chalk and cheese. But it's cute. It's cute, isn't it? So that's kind of what I'm getting is the flowers growing from the space where they intertwine. It's like the beauty of the sex that we have and how natural and real it feels. That's saving the world. It's growing flowers. It's preserving the trees, you know, in this like apocalypse world, you know. Such amazing imagery. Love it. Cool. Okay, next one. This is Don't Look at It. Oh, hyperpop adjacent sounds. Ooh, this is giving me a bit of sexy times too. Yes, we're cunnilingus again. Don't worry, I know what it is now. Hold my body like a swordfish, you know she got a catch. On my jeans, baby, don't look at my ass. Don't look at my ass. So there's maybe a sense of like her having sex, but like feeling self-conscious about parts of her body still. I'm shy. Don't look at it, I'm shy. Okay, go look at it. So at the end she's just like, okay, fine, you can look at it. Cool. That one's like less creative for me in terms of the production and stuff. Yeah, don't look at it. All the girls at my party, can she handle the pyrotechnics she started? I want her germs spitty swapping, R.I.P. my heart, dead it departed. So she's definitely talking about love and sex in this album. I think it's like love and sex in the context of a broken world. I think that's like what she's contending with. And like being in her own head when the world is burning, you know, that's kind of really what I'm getting from the theme of the album, you know. Call her ice, cause she melted in my mouth. Butterfly, yeah, she's my grating self. She's divine and I'm devout. Thumb out my jeans, baby, don't look at my ass. Body like a swordfish, you know, I don't know what bodies like a swordfish means. Don't look at it, I'm shy. Maybe she's like taking the role in the bedroom, or like a bit more of a dominant energy, and she's the one performing like amazing cunnilingus. And maybe her partner is kind of trying to then kind of get involved, and she's almost like, no, don't. Like, I'll take control of the situation. And it's almost like being in the bedroom and putting on like this kind of like dominant facade as a way of not getting vulnerable with them in the bedroom. I think that's kind of what is going on here. Gooey like a gusher. Tony Hawk and doing tricks till my tongue hurt. Ew wee, I'm in the gutter. I can't help that I want to be titty smothered. Yeah, amazing. Don't look at it, don't get it. Okay, go look at it. So at the end, she is letting down that barrier, I think. Okay, cool. I love all this like songs about sex. Honestly, you don't hear pop music talking about same-sex sex at all. Really, do you? So it's nice to actually hear it. Kind of lingers on the couch and all that. Okay, next song. This is Cheerleader. Interesting sound. Slightly stressful. Game face on, hit the pose like perfect. Smack my face on the pavement. Ooh. Stick my shorts on my ass with my bloodstained hands. It's giving Mortal Kombat energy. Like she's being like decked on the pavement, there's blood everywhere. Again, an interesting musical mode to use. Cool. Sexy, cute, popular to boot. Cup of Drano, lipstick. Amazing. I brought a blade to the dance routine. This is like a little bit similar to the vibes of Demi Devil. Like, I might look all cute on the outside, but I'm gonna stab you vibes, you know? Yeah, it's much more of a teenager energy in this. She's really drawing upon that kind of like high school energy. It's like a very alternative cheerleader. Nice. That one seems to have such a specific point of view in that it's like, I'm going to take this cheerleader trope and turn it on its head and do something really kind of messy with it. I love all the chanting. I love that popular in a boot. It's like, what's the reference? There's a movie reference. That's really annoying. I'm going to have to Google it. Oh, it's in Bring It On. Okay, yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That one really felt like it had such a strong point of view. Game face on, hit the pose like perfect. Smack my face on the pavement, nurses stitch me off, sent me back out to dance. Pick my shorts out of my ass with the blood-stained hands. Oh my God, that's really like gross, but also like really funny. Why do I have to kill to make everybody love me? It's almost like maybe she is the alternative girl, and rather than cheerleading, she's fighting, and it's almost like, you know, why do I have to kill? Why do I have to be like a super heightened level of aggressive to get anybody to actually care about me? You know, you've got maybe these other girls who are like all being all like cheerleader and cute and perfect, and she feels like she can't kind of compare to that, you know? Feed the beast on broken dreams, pheromones, amphetamines, drama queen, make murder scenes, cut throats, and I feel better. So it's more like cinematic references as well. Like, oh, she does actually say, bring it on, bitch. Tell me how my ass tastes, little bottom feeder. Yeah, it's really kind of giving me like teenage kind of anti-mainstream vibes, kind of saying, you know, actually I'm better than you, fuck you, basically. This one feels like it's less part of this album in a way. Like, for me, like the rest of this album's all been quite end of the worldy. This song almost feels like it could fit on Demi Devil, actually. But I did love it though, like as a song. Okay, next song. This is Moonlight Magic. Are you the moon, babe? Cool. Eyes like rubies. Love this. This is a great vibe. Are you the moon, babe? I love the kind of using the metal guitars, making it really tight and rhythmic. Sex. Nice. I'm really enjoying the vibe of this one. I think in general this album is less like antagonistic, but it feels more mature in that way, you know. Skin connects and makes a shrine. Skin connects and makes a shrine. Pulling the ties to my body. Yeah. Supernatural khaki. Yeah, okay, I get it. She's got such a knack for like clever lyricism. Cool. I really enjoyed the vibe of that one. Really got me going. There was something really satisfying about the way that was produced, about the mixture of the metal and the bass and the kick. The metal guitar, that's what I meant. And the way that kind of like all like was like, yeah. Yes. Are you the moon, babe, pulling the tides to my body? Your eyes like rubies, diamonds and rubies. Supernatural cocky. Do it to me, light me up like a moonbeam. Are you the moon, babe? This ain't what I'm used to, let it consume you. Maybe it's like having like sex as part of a relationship and how it's kind of actually developing even further and even better than she was expecting. It's like this person is like this shaft of moonlight and has this power over her more than maybe she was having when it was like more like one night stands. I feel like a fucking groupie. Wipe my chin, help me, I'm drooling. Put your body on mine, a skin connects and makes a shrine. Yeah, more really beautiful imagery. Very visceral imagery, skin sticking together. Like there's kind of like a dirtiness that is very visceral and very real. You know, she's not like presenting sex as this like perfect, like sweatless, beautiful thing that you see in the movies. You know, it's actually messy and like she's drooling and she's like they're sticking to each other and all this stuff. I really like that depiction of sex. You know, it's realistic. You know. Next song. This is Miss Nectarine. Cool. The bruise of being 14. Can't pretend that I don't want you right here, right now. Cool. Cool. They won't love you like I will. They won't love you like I will. Interesting. This is an interesting vibe. It's very unique. I like the bounciness of it.
Cause she tastes like lemonade. We sent you off and prayed my gateway that Sunday.
It's a kind of a moment where you kind of become obsessed with someone.
So I'll be there. Say you wanna practice for the boy. Jawbreaker sweet. It's got me, but me.
Cool. Yeah, I really liked the production in that. Like, it felt like it built up like a kind of real nice kind of groove to it. It had a bounce to it. And it feels like she's really like continuing on in this like narrative of like sex and love and obsession. Scared of what I'm feeling, the bruise of being 14. Got chlorine in our air, my jaw is shaking. Everybody's mama gossips about us. Maybe she's remembering back when she's a teenager. Like, and actually maybe she's got out of the pool like with this girl, and like everyone in their perfect houses and their like, you know, pristine lives are all like gossiping about her. It's like, you know, being a teenager and not fitting in with the kind of like nuclear kind of family standard, you know. Both our homes are a tornado. Meet me at 1:15 at the farm down by the house up here. Yeah, so it's more kind of a teenage reference, isn't it? Say you want to practice for the boys. Right, that's what like teenage girls would say. Like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm just practicing to kiss boys. Like, that was what like my female friends would do, and then they all came out as gay and bisexual. But that's kind of was the like almost like the excuse, like the cover up, you know. They won't love you like I will, they won't love you like I will. Guess I'll always be your second choice. I'm making out with this girl and I really feel something for her, but this girl is actually like, no, I'm just practicing for the boys. Like, and she's like, no, that like those boys aren't gonna love you like I will. Again, like more of like this teenage reference. I feel like she's set up a really cohesive vision, and now there are songs in here that almost felt like they were like, you know, still made with the previous vision, and so it's not as cohesive as I hoped and as it seemed to be at the beginning. Let's keep going. Next song, this is Chokehold Cherry Python. We're going metal again. Oh, nice. This reminds me of that song from the Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse soundtrack. Like metally, hip-hoppy, and bouncy. Okay. I am liking the vibe of it. I do feel like a few of these songs are lacking in kind of catchy hookiness, you know, like I'm starting to kind of forget a little bit like what the songs were. Cool. But the production has so much personality to it, you know. Cool. Oh my god. Sorry, I just realised the last song features Ethel Cain. Cool. I enjoyed the vibes of that one. The production of it, really good. I quite like that central rap. There's just something missing for me in some of these songs. Like, and maybe it's like, because she's not going for pop, it feels like there's less kind of hookiness. Yeah, like I feel like there's not like moments for me to latch onto, you know. But yeah, I enjoyed like the sound, you know. I'm a ticking time bomb, like a villain dying icon. You should sleep with the light on. Demi Devil, I'm a liar. I'm the team's best hitter. But that kind of signifies to me that she's still not over Demi Devil era, and she's still like, it feels a little bit halfway between two things. Menacing figures fall from the sky, symbols and sigils. I saw the signs, rats in the sewers, death on my mind. I set my sights on you, baby, you're mine. I'm not sure, actually. It's giving me very super villain energy. Yeah. Next song, this is Weedkiller, title track. Cool. Very unique sound. Sounds like she's using that same mode again. It's almost like she's using this key group of notes to like musically define this apocalyptic world, you know. Cool. Just say, I'm a Bulbasaur. So she's definitely like this cyborg character again, right? Maybe it's like kind of like taking out the parts of society that she doesn't like. by force. Cool. Yeah, I liked that. And I like how it kind of seems to actually play more into the album as a whole, you know. That one feels like part of the kind of cohesive vision. Did she mention Bulbasaur? I know she said Bulbuster. Oh my god. I'm editing that bit out. Twiddling my thumbs, yeah, I've been patient. Lobotomize a bitch, yeah, that eye's vacant. There's nowhere to run in the simulation. It feels like it's part of this, like, post-apocalyptic cyberspace kind of horror world, you know? Which I love that she's building up that world and that sound. It just feels like there's, like, not all the songs are part of that, you know? Peace and love, meditation, take drugs, eyes dilating. I go Liam Neeson in the movie Taken. I've been iced in hibernation, my roots in the pavement, no stimulation. I'm going to photosynthesize. So she's like this kind of half cyborg, half plant machine kind of thing. It's cool. We always knew it would come to this, that I would be the one to eliminate you. Weed killer running with scissors. I made knives out of broken ribs. Oh my god. So yeah, it's like this is the song of the cyborg killing machine from the future. You know, predator going for the jugular, rip it out, tie in a knot, yeah, pray to God, say goodbye, make amends, cause it's time, metal death with my side, titanium spine. So she's almost like the Terminator. Yeah. More cinematic, post-apocalyptic references. The level of world building within this album is really, really cool. Okay, next song. This is Want It All. Let's go. Ooh. Cool. Cool production. Yeah. Not sure. I love the cinematic references. That is the thing that's really elevating this album for me. Ooh. This is cool. I feel like this is picked up. Cool. Very cool. This song really picked up for me. At the beginning I was a bit like... I think like this album is, for me, like really working on an aesthetic level. Like all the things I was saying, like the real cinematic references and the sound of it and the way that she's almost soundtracking a world. As much as individual lyrics and her lyricism is great, some of the lyrics feel disconnected, but some of it, like here, actually feels quite good. So like, kind of like touching God infinity beyond, like we Evangelion, like, do you know what I mean? It's like she's referencing Neo Genesis Evangelion, and which is like obviously the big robot mech stuff. So we're talking about cybernetics, we're talking about robots, we're talking about AI, we're talking about the end of the world, futuristic stuff. Flying to the song, acid on my tongue, daffodils and daisies follow me into my garden, got me stripping, singing, fa la 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 la. Yeah, I'm not sure what this was about. Maybe about sex again, and maybe it's about like wanting it all. Like I want like to be able to, you know, have the amazing sex and have a great relationship, and I'm feeling like kind of like I'm lucky, you know, I'm gonna get that, you know. Okay, next song. This is Possession of a Weapon. Cool. Again, we're back in that musical place. Eyes in the sky crying geysers. Cool. Rain on my paper mache. Don't rain on my paper mache. Is this a feature? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just her voice format changed. Ooh. Always. I'm enjoying the really different vibe of this one. It's got a lot more space to it. Pussy teeth to imprison you. Little pills I don't wanna get happy. So across the broken glass to get home. Really cool. This is a very different mode for her, but I'm enjoying it a lot. Cool. Yeah. I liked that. That was like a really different energy, and I really kind of got into it. That one felt, again, very cinematic and very of like the album. Yeah, part of the aesthetic. Eyes in the sky, crying geysers. How dare I have a private desires? Don't rain on my paper mache. Don't rain on my parade reference. Paper mache will obviously it's like your creation that's gonna get destroyed by the water. Heaven's threatened, it's just flesh. I can be grotesque, move my body like chess. So you're scared of me now. So there's a sense of like her morphing to fit the situation. Say what you want, my body, let me give it to you. Is that what you want? Blood and guts, pussy teeth to imprison you. Oh, that's like that reference with that horror movie, isn't it? Little pills, I don't want to get high. I feel an ache where my mind was. Try to think, but it's no use. Tumbleweed, bloody knees. I will crawl through broken glass to get home. Maybe she's got kind of lost within this like version of herself that she's created, and she's kind of trying to return to some kind of truth within herself. That's what it's giving me, you know. I like that a lot, actually. And I think like aesthetically it really fits. Before we go into the final song, if you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel and make sure to let me know what your top 5 songs are in the comments. I will be letting you know what my favourite song is at the end. And here's a quick shout out to my patrons. So all these guys support me over on Patreon, where getting the name in the video is one of the perks. You can also watch all my videos unedited, so you can actually, there's no cuts in any of the songs or anything. You get to watch my videos early, and in the upper tiers you can actually request specific reactions from me, and then everybody on Patreon gets to watch those videos. So there's actually a bunch of bonus videos every month too, so it's well worth getting involved. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description. Thank you to everyone for supporting me. Okay, final song. I'm excited to hear this. This is Dying Star feat. Ethel Cain. I got to see Ethel Cain on Sunday. She was great. I love her. Her artistry is just insane, and Preacher's Daughter is one of my favourite albums of recent times. It's beautiful. Okay, let's go. Okay, interesting sound. Almost doesn't kind of fit with the vibe of the album, but I'm going with it.
Reaches out to catch me, tired of the dirt and grit. Me when I say ouch, something soft. Given to the fall.
Ethel. It's really nice hearing Ethel's voice in this context.
Felt like a god, how she held me.
I'm also loving the production on their voices together. Really intricate and beautiful.
I was almost pulled apart, trying to leave blue fire paths of willow wisps.
I like that kind of, another kind of movie reference of the blue willow wisps, you know, anime reference.
I'm nobody's captain. She held me, I slept on her shoulder. The waterfalls,
Gorgeous.
burning like a dying star. And they see weeds rooted in my room, trying to leave absorbent to what's left of me.
I'm really loving this. This is such an interesting place for ASHNIKKO to go. It's almost like she's been freed of like this kind of cyborg shell, and she's become somebody else in this song. And as a result, it almost doesn't fit. But I do really like it. I really like it.
I'm tired of the dirt and grit. I want something soft.
Yeah, I want something soft. It gives me a sense of like, she's been kind of almost like crawling through the mud this whole album. Like it's all very like heavy and very gritty and very dark and very dirty. And in this final song, she's kind of like trying to shake that off. And to me, it's almost like the kind of weight of the world maybe inspires that in her. And like in a negative way, I mean like the stresses and the kind of fucked up society things and political situation and maybe like environmental situation seems to be kind of inspiring this like really dark, metallic and dirty kind of imagery in her. And so in this last song, maybe she's finding inspiration in love and kind of thinking, I want to be able to move past that. I want something soft. I don't want something hard. Yeah, very beautiful. I really liked that song. I wasn't sure what to expect by having Ethel Cain on an ASHNIKKO song, because they're obviously like very different vibes. But the combination was really beautiful of their voices, and she added like a kind of real pathos to the song, which I really like. The ground reaches out to catch me softly in her baseball mitt. I'm tired of the dirt and grit. I want something soft. So I give in to the fall. I need something soft. Down feathers over rocks I tried, and I land with both my hands in the mud. It felt like a god how she held me. Well, I slept on her shoulder, I gave her my all. I bathed in her waterfalls and continued to fall. Yeah, like the beauty and the love and the softness that she feels from her partner is like the thing. It's like someone who spends all their time like being like, I'm so pissed off and angry at everything, and is tired and just wants to have something soft and just to have somebody who will support them, you know? It's really gorgeous, yeah. Burning like a dying star, invasive weeds rooted in my heart, set in a crooked trajectory. So the weeds, you know, before she was trying to kill the weeds, or maybe she did manage to kill the weeds, it's like almost like the toxicity of the world around her spoiling something beautiful. And so like conceptually, this really does bring it together for me, because for me the whole album, like aesthetically, is like this like post-apocalyptic thing, and it's like the toxicity of the world is like invading her heart and kind of influencing her decisions, maybe making her make bad decisions, and she's kind of piecing through, I think, her relationship and thinking like, what is it that's kind of broken about me? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And maybe at the end she manages to kind of figure it out and manages to lean into like just the love and the support that she has from her partner and let go of this apocalyptic world and just kind of forget it for a while, you know? Because ultimately maybe she's powerless to actually change it. This like album really succeeds for me on like an aesthetic level, certainly, like thinking about the cinema, thinking about the movie references, and the world that she has built using sound design is stellar. It's really, really, really cool, very different and very unique. Just like I felt like I had to piece a storyline together. I don't know whether it's true, as much as like individual lyrics are very clever and really, really good, and like and a lot of them do tie into the aesthetic, I'm expecting the story of the songs to really key into that world as well. Whereas I felt like, especially like some of the ones in the middle, like the Cheerleader song and stuff, felt like very, like story-wise, very, very, very disconnected, almost like leftovers from the previous era, if that makes sense. And also like the style of the album isn't necessarily what I listen to, but like I do like appreciate unbridled creativity and the clear vision that she obviously had for this album, which is pretty amazing and really unique and very inspiring. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, so my favorite song on the album, drum roll, was that last one. I mean, of course it was, Dying Star. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was really nice to have a soft song amongst all of the clattering, harsh sounds, and I just thought the production on their voices was really intricate and really beautiful. Let me know what your favorite songs of the album are. Leave your top 5 in the comments. I will get round to replying to everyone's comments on Monday, so expect a reply from me on Monday. If you want to watch my original Demi Devil reaction, it is here. And if you want to watch my Melly Martinez Portals reaction, it is here.